And you want to learn to look at these indicators. If you want to be successful in business, you've sometimes got to get out of your head and get into the head of the marketplace. This does not mean that you have to read, the Wall Street Journal and Financial Times and Barron's cover to cover in every issue. Okay? But it does mean you should have a general sense of what the hell is happening in the economic marketplace. Okay? And there's all kinds of ways to get this information and this news. One of the things that I've introduced this year in the leadership performance design is actually I'm beginning to deliver some of this economic news, talking about large-scale economic movement. I actually have Leo doing a lot of the research and work for me, coming from his political economy background. So he's produced a report which is accessible in the leadership performance design forum, okay, which I'll make sure if you guys don't have access yet, you get access. And that's one of the places. So you want to, again, efficient. What's the most efficient and effective way that I can work on my business? Spending 2 hours a day reading financial news is probably not the answer.
Looking at certain indicators.
Spending 2 hours a quarter looking at a major supply of information that's going to impact your decisions for the quarter, absolutely worthwhile. That make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If I were going to recommend one magazine for you as micro-entrepreneurs, I would recommend Forbes. Okay? And the reason I recommend Forbes is not because it speaks the best to the marketplace or what's happening globally or even the economic situation, but it speaks to the feeling of entrepreneurship better than any publication out there, in my opinion. Because what it was intended to do and what it continues to do as a publication is it says, here's what people who have money need to have their attention on right now. Here's what's going on that's important to you as a person of wealth. And if you understand what people of wealth are attending to, you'll be able to make good decisions about how to deal with your actions in a marketplace where wealth is the driver. Okay? The other magazine that I would recommend strongly, which I think is a worthwhile read, and it is a weekly, so there's a time investment more than the financial investment for me, is The Economist. It's probably about a $100 a year subscription, if I remember the number correct. But they do a fantastic job of summarizing politics, technology, economies, money supply, all the things that are relevant to what's happening in this large overall economic thing. The reason you want to read this is not because by reading The Economist you're going to know what's happening in the economy. The reason you want to read The Economist on a weekly basis is if you read The Economist, pretty much, by the way, cover to cover on a weekly basis, I would say that in a period of somewhere around 3 to 6 months, you will have sensitized yourself to notice for what the indicators that are relevant are in an ongoing way. You'll just feel them as you begin to hear the news. Okay? You have to condition yourself to notice for, oh, that's important. That's noise, that's noise, that's noise. Oh, shit, got to pay attention to this.